Welcome back to the Warboss Fitch channel. Today we are going to be taking out our new quest team and we're going to run them through the beginning part of a campaign. And I've even gone so far, as you can see here, I have 3 ring bound all of the rules for quest, and even back here in the back I've got our character sheets, which I'll reprint them every time we level up. So I have a structure for this campaign. We're going to be using our new models, as you can see over there. You can't really see them from this far away. Hold on. And here is our party of heroes. Yes, there are 5 of them. I know the rules say you should only use 4, but you know what? This is my garage. I'm going to use all 5. We're going to use this party to continue the storyline of the Scorched Valley fantasy campaign, or we're just going to use these to move the plot forward a little bit in that campaign until we get back to it while we're gearing up for our Grimdark Future campaign. So that means we get to go to the map. We get to come over here to the shady section of the garage where the map lives. So today for campaign mission number 1, they are being sent here to this village to defend one of the human churches that are there from an ogre war party. And yes, another week and my garage door is still broken. So road noise, sorry, I'm going to try to edit it out. So here is our map for tonight that we're going to be playing on. You can see the church that I just made on the FDM printer there in the middle without a roof because we're going to be up inside of it. And then we have patches of difficult terrain. We have some cactuses for impassable, or, we'll just say they're dangerous. Dangerous, crawling through cactus spines. It might hurt a little bit. We got some search markers that I had the grot hide on me all around the table. Primary mission is going to be clean sweep, and the secondary is going to be safeguard. And you can see right there in the middle, this is our objective / portal, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and check some other stuff out. Here is the opposing force today. I've gone ahead and rolled up a couple waves for us. These are the ogres that you're going to be able to see this coming weekend. In the How to Play video, we're going to be doing Age of Fantasy Ogres. First wave, we're going to have 3 squads of 3 pet goblins and 2 ogres. And then we got an ogre and a shooter with goblins. And then we got goblins and a beast rider. And then at the end, I threw in there 3 iron warriors just because I thought that was going to be cool. So let's go ahead and set everything up. Let's see what happens. So we have deployed the Op4 on the table. We've got ogre, goblins. I went ahead and put that one in the middle just to be, there's something took the church, and now our heroes have to take it back. So they got a squad of goblins. And I've also put in the corners my objective markers just to keep track of what's where's. Like there's 4, you just saw 1. Let's go ahead and roll to see where our heroes end up. All right, big money, no whammies. Table quarter number 4. So here's all of our heroes starting on the board within 6 inches of the corner. We got our fighters out front, and our heroes are going to go first. And this big guy just happens to be here. Time for some fun. So first action of the game, we are going to go ahead and activate Serial, our angel character. Now he's going to attempt to use combat superiority, hoping to get more hits in combat. And that's going to be a strength skill test, and his strength is going to be on a 5. And it's going to go off. So then he is going to charge into combat. Now Serial in combat has 6 attacks, AP 1, normally hitting on a 5, but he does have the Harsh Master rule, giving him +1 to hit. It says this model and its unit get +1 to hit. I don't know if it means the whole party, but we're just going to run it like it's just him for now. So 6 attacks on a 4. We got 2 hits. The ogre's going to be saving on a 5. He takes 2 wounds. So that ogre is down to 7 wounds. Then the ogre's going to fight back. 12 attacks at AP 1, hitting on a 4. Oh no. Ended up being 10 hits. Serial only has a save of a 6. Doesn't pass a single one. But Angelic Ward, he gets another attempt on a 6. Oh, there's some sixes. Ended up failing 4. And Serial being a high angel, he started with 18 wounds, so he is down to 14. So if I'm reading the rules right, you only need to test for morale once you're at half. So what is going to happen is Serial is going to back up. That's going to be the end of that activation for him. Next, we're going to activate our paladin, Dame Eleanor here, attempting a strength test for Protector, and it fails. So that means that she is going to take 1 stress. We're going to go ahead and use these little green die for stress, and then charge in as well. So her attacks, we got 3 hits on a 5. We got 1 hit, saving on a 4. Ooh, the ogre takes another one, down to 6. 12 attacks back on a 6. 1 hit, saving on a 6. It fails, so she's going to take 1 wound. So at the end of combat, she will back up, keep her stress marker, and down to 8. Next one in is going to be Scum. Same thing, Protector, it goes off, plus 1 defense, and then the charge. Same thing, 3 attacks. Ooh, 6, 6, 5. We got 3 hits. Saving on a 4. Oh, fails 2. Down to 4 wounds left. Ogre fights back. 2 hits. We got 2 6s out of all that. Now, Scum did buy that shield, so he has quality 5. But because he got the Protector skill off, saving on a 4. Saved them both. Time for that Ogre to take a morale test. And a 2, it is going to fail. And because he's an enemy with toughness 9, it can't be shaken. He just takes D3 more wounds. Ooh. He takes an extra 2, down to 2, and then Scum backs up. Next, we're going to activate Magala the Ranger. She's going to use her Dread Shot ability on a dexterity skill test. Her dexterity is a 4, and it's going to go off. So the next time the hero shoots at an enemy unit, at the end of the round, the enemy must take a morale test. And it failed, it is shaken. So she is going to move forward to take a shot. Now she is going to try to snake 2 shots from her advanced crossbow into the ogre on a 5. And we got 2 misses. And because of that Dread Shot ability, the ogre has to take a morale test. And he fails, taking another D3 wounds, which is going to be enough to take the ogre down. So with some concentrated effort, the ogres can go down. I thought they were going to kind of be an issue. So now all that we have left is Althea, our cleric, who's going to move forward 12 inches and do cleric stuff. Althea is going to use her healing word ability on her willpower check of a 4-up to do cleric stuff. And she fails. No healing this round. So our heroes have caused a bit of a ruckus over there in that corner of the board. Now we're going to go ahead and move all of the AI units using the AI chart, and then we will get back to you. So at the end of the AI movement, we had both squads of goblins that were out there move towards the AI objective in the center. That ogre moved towards the AI objective in the center because these guys were out of line of sight for him. And then the group that's there, they're just going to be chilling because they don't know anyone's coming yet. Then at the end of the round, we have to roll for alertness. We got a 4, so that means it only goes up by 1. We are now at alertness level 1. On to round number 2. First activation of round number 2, we are going to have Scum. He is going to move forward here to this search marker. And now he gets to roll on a chart. I'm going to show the chart here, and then we're going to roll the dice. And then we are going to roll a dice. It is a 5. An alchemist box. What is in the alchemist box? A number 6. That is going to be a fire bomb. So we'll just mark down on our paper here, Scum now has a fire bomb. Now we're going to go ahead and activate the rest of our heroes because nothing else is really going to happen until we get to the cleric, and then we'll roll those dice when we get there. That's how everybody ended up. Let's go ahead and move the camera for some shots here. Althea, again, is going to try to cast Healing Word on a 4. And it goes off. That means that our 2 wounded heroes in front, the Paladin and the Angel, they're both going to recover 1 wound. So the Paladin's going to be full. And then our Angel will be at 15. And then our Ranger, as she came around the corner of the building, saw She has line of sight to that ogre all the way down there, and he's within range by 2 inches. Megalada is going to fire with her Dread Shot ability on a 4, and it fails to go off, but she's still going to get 2 shots down range. On a 5, she gets 1 hit. So the ogre just walking along gets 1 hit. Boom! Roll for save. It's going to take a wound. That's all our heroes can come up with this turn. Now it's time to do all the AI movement. There we have it. Our ogre rushed forward. This squad that was back here moved into the door. I'm going to say it's going to be difficult terrain to go through the walls that have the windows. Can't go through the solid walls. And if you go through a door, it's just regular movement. You just have to through there. So we got one squad that ran through the doors. This squad came to the wall. They're coming in the window. And then these guys have been alerted. They're going to move to here to deal with those. Time to check the alertness level. We are now at level 2. Once again, we're going to start off combat with our heavy hitter, Serial the Angel, is going to fly into this ogre. And then again, try to use his combat mastery skill. And he fails it, which means he is going to get 1 point of stress. But it still goes off. Looking for a 4 to hit. Ended up getting 3 hits. There'll be a 4th one with the combat mastery skill. AP1, ogre saving on a 5. Failed 3. So that ogre is down to 5. Now it's time for the ogre to fight back. Moving the camera for more dice falling locations. 12 attacks on a 4. 5 hits, saving on a 6. Nothing. Angelic Ward for another 6. Nothing. Our angel ends up taking 5 wounds, knocking him down to 10. Next to activate is going to be Scum. He wants to get in on the action, and he's going to pass his protector roll. So he has +1 defense, and then he is going to charge in. I'm just pulling all the way back so you guys can see the dice. His attacks, we got 3 hits. The ogre's going to save on a 4. So he takes 1 more. He's down to 4 wounds left. The ogre fights back. We've got 2... Wait, let me roll that one. 2 6s. AP1, so even with Protector, he's saving on a 5. He's going to take 2 wounds. So he is down to 7. But the ogre took enough. He needs to take a morale test. On a 4. He passes. Our ranger, who's been kicking butt, is going to try to do Dread Shot again and fail. So she's just going to move up 6 and then take some shots. Putting herself right in the middle of everything. 2 shots on a 5. 1 hit, saving on a 4. It's going to save. The Paladin Eleanor again is going to go for the 4-up protection, and she gets it. Then charges into the ogre that direction. Oop, keep her stress with her. We're going to go back a step. I forgot that if you fail the test, it still goes off. They just get a stress. So she's got a stress, and then another morale test on the ogre, and then we do the paladin. So ogre's test passes. He's fine. Paladin on a 5. 1 hit. Saving on a 4. Passes. Now the ogre is going to go and fight back. 12 attacks on a 6. 1 hit. AP1, so even with the protector, saving on a 6, and it passes. Athelia, the cleric, is going to move up to there, try to use Healing Word. It's going to fail to go off, but she's just going to get a stress. Angel back up 1 to 11, and Scum back up 1 to an 8, and she gets 1 stress. Things did not go too well for our heroes that turn. Now it's time for the AI to do what the AI does. Ended up like that. So over here we had 2 of the squads of AI goblins had to go through difficult terrain through the windows. Didn't quite make it, but this blue squad ran through the building, and they are in combat. So those goblins just have 1 attack apiece, hitting on a 5, and they miss. So now our paladin's going to turn around and bop them in the head. Only on a 6 because she's fatigued. Nothing. Then this ogre has decided to go after Serial, our angel. Everybody's fatigued, so 12 attacks on a 6. Got 1 hit, AP1, but defense is already a 6. Fail, and then Angelic Ward still fails, so the angel takes 1 wound. Angel fighting back on a 6. Nothing. So that is the end of the turn. Let's check the alertness. Only going to go up one more to 3. Because we are using difficulty 2, we have to get to 8 before we summon the next wave. We're going to start off with the cleric using healing touch on the angel on a 4. It fails. Well, it still goes off. She's going to go to 2 stress, and then he's going to get D3 wounds back. He gets 3 wounds back, so he's at 13. Now we're going to have the angel charge into the ogre again. Again, looking for combat superiority on a 5. It goes off, but he's going to take a point of stress because he did not make the roll. And then 6 attacks hitting on a 4. He's got 3 hits. Saving on a 5. Takes 2 wounds. He's down to 2. 12 attacks on a 4. Ooh, lots. Saving on a 6. 2 saves. Then Angelic Ward on a 6. Nothing. So he takes 5, bringing him down to 8. So we need morale tests on both sides. We're going to start off with Serial on a 5. He fails. That means that he is going to be stunned. And the ogre on a 4. He fails, so that means he takes D3 more wounds. That's going to be enough to knock the ogre down. Now over here, the paladin is going to turn and fight the blues. First, using the protector skill on a 5, fails, but it still goes off. Just one more stress. 3 attacks on a 5. Failed all 3. The pet goblin's going to fight back. 2 hits because of protector, saving on a 5. Passed 1, but then our paladin has the lady's blessing for regeneration, and it goes off. Next, the scum wants to get in on the fight. Using protector, it fails. So now everybody in our little war band at least has some stress. 3 attacks on a 5. We got 2 hits. Goblin save on a 6. 1 goblin is going to go down. And then the blue goblins are going to swarm back. 2 attacks on a 6. 2 misses. That's off camera. That was a 5. Next, our ranger is going to move to here. Use her dead shot ability on those goblins there. Fails, but, goes off. Just 1 more stress. Everyone's stressing out around here. And completely misses, but with the dead shot, they are going to pass their morale test. Things are not looking too good. Let's go ahead and move our first AI unit. We're going to do the red shirts. 3 attacks. We got 1 hit. The protected paladin saves on a 5. Fails. With Lady's Blessing, it passes. Paladin fights back. Whiffs because they need a 6 because they are fatigued. Now it's time for the brown shirts. Going after that same paladin. 2 hits. Saving on a 5. Save 1. Regeneration. Saved. This paladin is living on blessed time here. Fighting back on a 6. We got 1 hit. Saving on a 6. And they fail, so that takes out 1 of the goblins. At the end of the round, let's check the alertness level. 1 more, so we're going to go to 4 alertness. We are halfway to the next wave. Starting off again with our cleric. 4 up. Nope. She's going to take another point of stress. Up to 3. D3 on the angel for 3, going up to 11. And then seeing what's going on over there, she is going to use her move to charge in to the brown shirts. Not very happy with everything. She is going to go ahead and attack. For some reason, our cleric has the heaviest weapon. She's got 3 attacks at AP2 with Furious and Angelic Ward. But she's only quality 6. So 3 attacks, and she's going to miss completely. The 2 brown shirt goblins attack her back. 1 hit. She saves on a 6. With Angelic Ward, she's going to take 1 wound, bringing her down to 8. Next unit to activate is going to be our angel, who's going to remain idle and stop being shaken. Then we're going to go for the paladin, charging into the red shirts, using protector. It fails, so the paladin is up to 3 stress. Paladin has endurance of 4, so not quite at her limit. Attacking with nothing. Goblins fight back. 2 hits. Saving out of 5. Failed them both. With regeneration. So the paladin finally takes its first wound. Next, we're going to go down to Scum. He's not even going to try to use a hero ability. He's just going to attack. 1 hit. Save on a 6. Fail. There goes another goblin. Lone goblin attacks back and fails. So now it's time for a morale test. The goblin passes. And then it comes down to our ranger. She has 2 shots. She's going to boing around this side. Using her dead shot ability on a 4, fails, meaning that she goes up to 3 stress and is going to fire her crossbow into those little boogers. 1 hit, saving on a 6, fail. Pew! Morale test for the goblins. They're going to fail, meaning that lone goblin is going to be shaken. Time for the AI to react. First activation, this guy here is just going to unshake. Then we have 3 fighting the paladin. Oh, wow. Whiff. Paladin fights back. Whiff. 1 fighting Scum. Hits. And then Scum is going to take a wound because he did not use his protector. Scum is going to fight back. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. Fail. That is that for that goblin. Now we're getting into the swing of things. Checking alertness levels. We are up to number 5. Character time. What we're going to do is we are going to idle the paladin, get rid of the stress, idle the cleric, get rid of the stress, and idle the ranger, getting rid of the stress. That leaves us with Scum and the angel. Scum is going to jump over here to attack the brown shirt. 3 attacks on a 5. 1 hit, saving on a 6. That's going to be a dead goblin. And then the angel is going to zoom around the side and attack those red shirts. 6 attacks. 3 hits. Saving on a 6. Takes out all 3 of them. And now, because of the clean sweep primary mission, they're going to drop the primary objective right there. So now no AI left to move. We're going to go ahead and check the score. We go up 2, which means we are at 7. Uh-oh. So we are going to have 1 turn before things get screwy. So let's move some people. The cleric is going to try to use Healing Word on both the paladin and Scum. It fails, but she's going to take 1 stress and it will go off, healing both of those 1 point. Meaning the paladin's back to full and Scum is up to 8. Scum's going to go ahead and check out that search point. It's got a 4. Which will be a hidden trove. We get a 5 on the chart, which is a blinding bomb. Scum's over here looting everything. And then the paladin on the primary objective is going to try to pass a strength test. And she does. That means the marker is removed and the primary objective is completed. Then we move over to the angel on the secondary mission. He needs to pass a dexterity test to put a marker on that objective. Which he does, giving that marker 1 point. That objective is going to be complete once we get to 2 times the mission difficulty, which is going to be 8. We need to do that 7 more times. Now it is time to bring in the next wave. Let's roll to see where they end up. So we have an ogre, ends up at 2, shooter, ends up at 3, and then our 3 squads of goblins. 2, 4, 6. That's, I could choose anywhere, but I want to not do that. Come on. Oh, this must be a weighted dice. 3. There we go. So we got some goblins. Goblins and a shooter. And goblins and an ogre. Let's start the next turn. Heroes go first. Time for the party to circle the wagons. Let's see what we can do. So our party is now in the building. Let me pull back a little bit for some dice rolls. We got Healing Word from the cleric. It is going to go off with no stress this time. That means she's going to heal herself and Scum. Everyone's up to full wounds except for the angel, who is still down 7. And because she has the best dexterity score, we're going to have the ranger try to do the secondary, which she does. Which means we're up to 2 tokens. Now it's time for the AI. So this turn, everybody moved up, even the shooter, because he cannot see into a window or anything to fire at our heroes. Time to check the alertness level. Going up to 1. So inside here, we got the cleric who's going to use Healing Touch on the angel. It's going to go off, and the angel is going to recover 1 wound up to 12. This time we're going to use Scum with his dexterity, and it's not going to go off. The angel is just going to sit and recover his 2 stress. And then the ranger is going to take off up the bell tower, putting it right there, giving a commanding view. On the AI's turn, we have 1 squad of goblins. We're able to get in the door. This ogre and his squad are getting closer over here. Those goblins getting close there. And then our shooter is going to be able to fire up into the tower here. So that ranger hiding right there, the ogre is going to fire off 9 shots at AP1, hitting on a 4. 4 hits. Saving on a 5 with the cover. We got 2 wounds to go through. Meaning our ranger here is going to be at 7 wounds remaining. Checking alertness levels. 1 more, we're at 2. Time for the heroes to activate. We're going to have our paladin move to here. Try to turn on his protection or her protection. It goes off. +1 to defense. Scum is again going to try to jump into that portal. It does. So that is up to 3 points. The cleric is going to Healing Touch. It goes off for D3 wounds. 1 wound back on the angel. He goes up to 13, and then the angel is going to charge into those goblins there. The angel's going to use his combat superiority. It goes off. Hey, everyone's passing tests this turn. 6 attacks on a 5. We got 1 hit. Turns into 2 with a combat superiority. Saving on a 6. 1 fail. So there'll be 1 dead goblin, and then they're going to fight back on a 5. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. With the blessing. So the angel's going to take 1 wound down to 12. Now the ranger up here is going to shoot down at that ogre that blew up her spot using her dex ability. It's going to go off, so that ogre is going to need to take a morale test. 2 shots on a 5. 2 hits. Saving on a 4. It's going to take 2 wounds. On top of that morale test, which it fails, taking another D3 for 2 more. So it takes 4 wounds out of 9. It's down to 5. Now it's time for the AI to come crashing in. So the AI kind of had a brain fart. That ogre charging through there kind of made a convincing cork for that door. So the 2 squads of goblins were forced to run around the side. They're going to be able to get in the windows next turn. So let's go ahead and figure out what that ogre is going to do to that paladin. 12 attacks, hitting on a 4. Ooh, that's a lot of 6s. Too bad 6s don't do anything. It's not a rending weapon, but it's an AP1. So even with protection, saving on a 6. We got 2 6s. So 6 go to its regeneration. The paladin's going to take 4 wounds. Now the paladin fights back and completely misses. 2 goblins fighting the angel. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. Hey, the angel saves. Angel fights back on a 6. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. That's 1 dead goblin. Morale test for the goblin is left. He's going to fail, so he is stunned. Then the cannon ogre is going to fire up into the bell tower. 4 hits, saving on a 5 because of all the cover. Failed all 4. So our ranger is down to 3 wounds left. She's going to need a morale test. She fails, so she is stunned. So our ranger is down to 3 wounds left. And then with a roll of a 1, we're at alert level 3. Time for our heroes to have to do hero stuff. First things first, the ranger is going to hold to become unstunned. The cleric is going to run into this ogre. And on the way, she's going to touch the paladin. Ugh. And it's going to go off. The paladin is going to receive 2 wounds back, so he's up to 7. And now she's going to fight the ogre. 3 attacks, hitting on a 6. We got, 1-6 out of all that. She is furious, so that turns into 2 hits. AP 2, so that means that ogre's going to save on a 6. Fails them both. So the ogre is down to 7. The ogre's going to swing back on a 4. And the cleric saves on a 6. So the cleric's going to take 4 wounds, which means she's down to 5. Scum in the middle. He's going to keep trying to diddle that portal. And it goes off, meaning that we are up to 4. They are halfway there. And then finally, the angel is going to fight these goblins. 3 hits. Saving on 6. That's going to be dead goblins. Now it's time for the AI. I moved the AI, but I just realized I forgot the paladin. The paladin's going to fight the ogre in front of it. 1 hit. Saving on a 4. Takes 1 more wound. The ogre fights back on a 6. 2 hits. Saving on a 6. Failed them both. Regeneration. Failed them both. So she is back down to 5. Now we can see the goblins got in. So on Scum, the red shirt goblins, 2 hits. Saving on a 5 because he has a shield. Takes 1 wound. There's too many wounds on the board. I got to bring out the different dice. Scum fighting back on a 5. We got 1 hit. Saving on a 6. 1 dead goblin. On the cleric, the blue shirts, 2 hits. Saving on a 6. She takes 1. Oh, I forgot she has Angelic Blessing. Still takes it. So she's down to 4. Her attack's back on a 6. 2 hits. Too bad she didn't charge. Furious does not affect these. Saving on a 6. 2 dead goblins. So morale test for the cleric. Fail. Morale test for the goblin. Pass. And then the cannon ogre, 9 shots on a 4. Ooh. Saving on a 5. She's going to take 3, which is all she has left. So our ranger is crippled up in the bell tower. She thought she was going to be a real cool sniper up there. Look what it got her. Alertness level goes up 1. We're at 4. Back inside the church for hero time. Our angel is going to activate first. Going into those red shirts. Attacks it, not a 5. We've got 1 hit. Saving on a 6. So that's 1 dead goblin. Then the 1 goblin is going to filter through and fight back on a 5. It hits. And the angel takes a wound. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't from the angelic. Whatever it is. Morale test for the goblin. It's going to fail, so it is pinned. Or stunned. It's stunned. They don't pin. Stunned. Scum is going to diddle the portal. It goes off. Oh, man. He is going to definitely win this fight for us. Hopefully. Cleric is going to unpin. Unstun. And the paladin is going to fight the ogre. 1 hit. Saving on a 4. And it fails, so it is going to be down to 5. That's all we could do. AI time. The cannon ogre has moved up, as you can see. And then we have the dual weapon ogre is going to fight the paladin. Hitting on a 6. We got a whole whopping 1 hit. Saving on a 6. And then a 5. Paladin's going to be down to 4. Paladin fights back. 2 hits. Saving on a 4. 2 fails. He's down to 3. Then we have 1 goblin on the cleric. Rolls a 1, so it's going to miss. Cleric is going to fight back. And whiff. And then the last goblin over here is just going to unstun. Oh, I forgot morale test. Morale test for the paladin. It's going to fail. Morale test for the ogre. It's going to fail. Because you can't stun him. It's going to take 3 wounds and crumble. Now that everything's here, I don't have to move the camera. We're up to alertness level 5. So next turn, it's hero's turn. Our paladin is going to unstun. The angel is going to myrtleate that goblin. Hit him 3 times. Saving on a 6. That's a dead goblin. The cleric is going to fight her goblin. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. It fails. That's another dead goblin. And then she's going to use healing touch. It goes off. She's going to heal herself D3 wounds for only 1. Going back up to 5? Yeah. Going back up. And the only one that hasn't activated is Scum. Oh, he gets another one. I mean, good thing you're doing this, buddy. That next wave is really going to suck. AI time. All we got left is that shooter. He's going to look right through that window and see Scum standing in front of the portal. 9 shots on a 4. We got 4 hits. Because of cover and his shield, it's saving out of 5. Failed all 4. So he's going to be down to 4. Morale test time for him. He's going to fail, but what he's going to do is he is instead going to take 2 stress to pass it. Alertness level. We are going to be up to 6. I haven't been keeping track of bleeding markers up here, but she should only have 1 because our cleric is going to run all the way up. And I'll move her stuff later. Time for a skill test. And it's going to pass. So the ranger's at 3, the cleric is at 5, and the cleric is going to be so stressed out she's going to have to take next turn off. Let's go back to the bottom floor. The angel is out and in the face of that shooter. He's going to use combat mastery. He's going to take 1 stress, but it goes off. And then he's going to use fighting might, his once per game ability. So if he gets any hits, he gets +2 hits. 6 attacks, hitting on a 5. So we got 1 hit, which turns into 3. AP -1, so he saves on a 5. So it takes 2 wounds, which means he is down to 3. And he owes us a morale test. His attacks back, 6 attacks. 2 hits. Angel saves on a 6. With the Angel's Blessing. So he takes 2 wounds, he's down to 10. Next, the Paladin is going to go out this door here and charge into the back. Oh wait, I owe a morale test. Morale test for the Ogre. It's going to fail, so it takes D3 wounds. It's going to take 3, so that means that it just crumbles anyways before the Paladin even went out there. So Scum, keep doing what you're doing. And he does. We go up to 7. Okay, no more AI on the board. Yeah, 1 more turn and then the next wave comes in. So being totally stressed, the cleric is just going to hang out up there. Our ranger is going to run down here and touch the portal because she has a better dexterity roll, even though Scum has been kicking ass this whole time. Ooh, she is going to get it with a 6. So that will do something with the portal. We'll say the portal closed or something. And why did I make this with beveled edges? There we go. Now we have to get off of the board. So the angel is just going to pop back inside here. And we're going to wait out the turn. What looks like it's going to be our last wave. We have a Beast Rider, and then we have 3 more squads of goblins. Let's see where they go. Beast Rider, 1. And then our 3 goblin squads. I don't want to pick. Okay, we got 1, 1, 2, 3. So we've got a Beast Rider and a squad of goblins. Goblins and goblins all the way over there. Let's see what our heroes can do. Everyone's filing out as fast as they can. We got a couple things that we're going to try to pull off. The cleric is going to try to do Healing Word, and it goes off. So we're going to heal up the paladin to 5, and the ranger to 4. And then our ranger is going to use her dead shot ability, and it is not going to go off. Well, it goes off, but the roll failed, so she's going to take 1 stress. And then what she's going to do is take 2 shots at her extreme range of that Beast Rider. So 2 shots, 2 misses, but she shot at it. It needs to take a morale test. It fails, so it takes D3 wounds. It's going to take 2 wounds. So now it is time for the AI to move, and let's see where stuff ends up. So there's our heroes. Here is the Beast Rider on his fast mount, the goblins behind him, and then the goblins on this side moving in. Those goblins over there, we're not going to worry about. They're not going to catch us. First one we're going to activate this turn is the Paladin, and he is going to use his once per game Paladin Shout to move 2 heroes 6 inches. putting those two characters there. Then she's going to charge right into that Beast Rider. She's got 3 attacks. Ooh, 2 hits. The Beast Rider saves on a 3. Saves them both. 6 attacks from the Beast Rider on a 4. We got 3 hits. These are at AP 1. Saving on a 6. She saves 1. And then regeneration. She saves 1 down here. So that means she's down to 4. And time for a morale test. And she passes. I forgot the other half of the Beast's attacks. These are going to be hitting on a 4. These have no AP. 2 fails. 1 more wound. But she already passed her morale test for me. Down to 3. Next, we're going to have the Angel come in. Using combat superiority. Fails to get the roll. A little bit of stress. It goes off. 6 attacks on a 4. We got 4 hits, which turned into 5 hits. Saving on a 4. It's going to take 3 wounds. Down to 13. AP on these don't matter because the Angel has a save of a 6. Hitting on a 6, we got 2 hits. Saving on a 6. 1 save. Angel's Blessing. That saves. So he is good. Next we have Scum. He's going to charge in. Let's make this a party. Scum has 3 attacks. He's going to hit twice. 1 wound goes through. 6 attacks, AP 1. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. Saves. 6 attacks, AP nothing. 2 hits. Saving on a 5. Takes 1 wound. Morale test for Scum. He's going to fail, so that means he is going to be stunned right there. Down to 3 wounds. Now we have our Ranger. Dead shot. It's going to go off, and she is going to move. Firing at the Beast Rider. We got 1 hit. It is rending. So that takes 1 wound there. And because of dead shot, needs a morale test. Fails, taking 2 more wounds. So it is down to 9. Then the Cleric. Oh, the Cleric. She is going to Healing Touch herself. Fail. Pick up a point of stress. And then charge into the Beast Rider. Kind of iffy with 3 wounds left. 3 attacks hitting on a 6. Ooh, we got 1, 2 6s. She is furious, so that means that's 4 hits. And her weapon being AP2, that means it saves on a 5. It's going to take 3 more wounds. It's down to 6. Oh. With her save of a 6, AP doesn't matter. It gets 1 hit total. Saving on a 6. Fail. Angelic Blessing. Fail. So she's going to be down to 2. Morale test for her. She's going to fail, so she is pinned. What she's going to do is she's going to take 2 more stress to not be pinned. And then the Beast Rider fails his morale test. To take 1 more wound, he's down to 5. Time to check out what the AI is going to do. So these goblins were just not quite close enough to catch our Ranger. The Beast Rider, I randomized it, and it is going to charge into the Angel. And then Scum is getting attacked by the blue shirts. Let's roll some dice. So the Beast Rider would get impact hits, but he is fatigued, so no impact hits for him. So time to just do his attacks. 12 attacks, hitting on a 6. 1 hit, saving on a 6. With Angelic Blessing, hey, he takes it. The Angel fights back on a 6. We get 1 hit, and because of combat superiority going to the end of the round, that turns into 2 hits. I've been forgetting that until now, saving on a 4. So he takes 1 wound, putting the Beast Rider down to 4, and then the Beast Rider owes me a morale test, which fails, and he takes 3 more. He's down to the last wound. Over there on Scum. 2 hits. Saving on a 5. 2 saves. Simple as that. Hero time. Scum is going to recover and no longer be stunned. The Angel is going to use Combat Mastery again. It goes off on a 6, fighting into the Beastmaster. hitting on a 4. We got 2 hits, turns into 3. And it's going to take its last wound. Paladin is going to run over here. Beat on those goblins. Whiff completely. Goblins fighting back. 3 hits. Paladin saves 2 and then regeneration. So it takes 1. He's down to 2. Morale test is going to fail. He is pinned. And the cleric is going to come to here and use healing touch on the paladin. Fails, but she's going to take 1 more stress because for some reason our cleric has endurance of 5 to heal 3 points back to the paladin. He's back up to 5. She is back up to 5. Keep forgetting that's a she. Then finally our shooter over here is going to take 2 shots into those goblins. Dead shot passes. 2 shots. 2 hits, 2 rending hits, 2 dead goblins. Last one needs to take morale test anyways. It passes. AI time. 1 goblin to the shooter. It hits. Shooter saves. She has 3 attacks back on a 5. We got 2 hits because she hasn't fought in combat yet, and that's a dead goblin. Then we got 3 goblins on Scum. 2 hits because they're only hitting on a 6. 2 fails from Scum, so he is going to be down to 1 wound left. He's going to fight back and completely miss. Morale test for Scum, and he's going to fail again. So he is pinned. So the other squad of goblins might have caught up by now, but we haven't been moving them. They're just chilling over there. So we have 1, 2 are just going to stand there and recover. Angel's going to fly over. Hackety hack. We got 3 hits. 3 dead goblins. Cleric's going to healing touch. Fail again, but then she goes up to her last point of stress. Gives 2 wounds back to Scum. Our ranger is going to run over here. Check out that cachet. With a 5. I think we've already had that. Yep, that's an alchemist box. What do we get in the box? What's in the box? It's a 1. A curing potion. So with that, everyone is going to run off the board. Except for Scum. Because he is a loot whore. He's going to run over here to this one. Let's see what he gets. A 2. It's a creature's nest. And because he was greedy, Scum is going to end the mission crippled. So that will do it for the mission this week. At the end of the game, all the heroes ended up with 6 experience points, pushing them up to level 3, along with 10 gold in hazard pay. So it's going to be a little while before they're able to get to a shop to purchase anything. So they're going to have to go through some more missions with the gear that they already have. And if you want to see how everyone is leveling up, swing by the next couple weeks when we do mission number 2. But that'll do it for me this week. I hope you guys are out there having a whole bunch of fun playing OPR games. And one day I see you across the table. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.